and we are live on this Friday night. Ready to draft some more best ball teams. Haven't drafted since the last stream, I think, which was Tuesday of this week, possibly. And I only did one draft, so let's hop in, see what's new. Probably go over some news from this week if there was any specific news. And I don't think there's any new tournaments currently, other than the ones that were already there to start the week. But I think we'll probably hop in the Schnauzer first. Should be in the comment section, but I am doing 10 likes for a second draft, and then every 5 after we'll rip another one as well. So make sure to hop in, and if you're not in the first draft, hop in the second for sure. We'll be hopefully ripping drafts all night. So let's hop into the Schnauzer and see how that goes. Only did one of these so far, so if I want to get close to maxing this out, we'll need to step it up a little bit. Waiting for 6 people, so if you are in, definitely join. If you're watching live or on video after, be sure to hit the like button, comment below how these drafts are going or how it went. And if you are new, this is underdog. You're drafting essentially however many teams you want. You're not setting the lineup, so there's no worry in season. It is a half PPR format, and you start 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a quarterback, a tight end, and a flex, and you draft pretty deep benches. They will automatically fill your roster as the season goes on, and we'll plug players in based on their performance that week. Obviously, the top scoring players first. And yeah, if you want to hop in, I will put my code in the comment section. It's just Nolan K25. If you're new, you'll receive a 50% bonus up to $1,000 on Underdog. So be sure to jump in. Definitely do some drafts with me here. Trying to stream 3 to 4-ish weeknights. And yeah, we'll hop in and see how it goes tonight. And this is definitely an interesting draft here. We only have four badges in this draft, so could see some excitement here and some uniqueness, I guess. Take me to NFL just to go over some news if there is any. See, the first thing that popped up from an hour ago, Cam Akers signing with the Saints. I don't really think that matters too much. Could be a super late round option, I guess, in this format. All right, Puka goes at 7. We are at 9 in this draft. I really like running back in the first round, but if Christian McCaffrey falls to me, I wouldn't mind that. Have a bunch of McCaffrey. Yeah, I think we'll just take Christian McCaffrey. Look, if he's a full go for the rest of the season, or for the full season, he's a slam dunk pick. And when I started drafting in the offseason, he was going in the second round, now creeping up to the end of the first round. I still think it's fine in the best ball format where you're essentially targeting guys who have the highest upside. Because if 1 week he doesn't play crazy well, you're still fine you're still fine with whoever you got to replace him. But he should provide crazy spike weeks. Should have the volume in San Francisco. So we'll go with McCaffrey, and then probably end up taking London, or I guess we'll just take AJ Brown here. Don't have much of AJ Brown. I think that's a great pick to pair with McCaffrey. I really like that start. I'm not sure how unique that start is, but definitely could be a good start. After we take Brown off the board, Henry goes next, then Jonathan Taylor, then Ladd, Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is really, really sliding up the boards. I feel like his ADP was definitely in the third round to start. Let me look and see. So it's 24 and a half. I feel like that was like 26, 26 and a half just like a week or two ago. And now it's really climbing up. Gets taken in the middle of the second round, so definitely interesting and something to note moving forward. Bunch of wide receivers off the board in the start of the third round. Besides Jacobs, Wilson, Hill, Harrison, Adams, McLaurin, bunch of receivers. I'd be fine with Chase Brown. He goes before us. I think we take JSN. A little bit of a ADP slide, and I think this is a really good start. Two solid wide receivers paired up with potentially the best running back in fantasy. You can't really complain about that at all. And we are kind of at the point where, yeah, if some of these receivers fall, we could kind of just go with the anchor running back in McCaffrey. I think James Cook probably is going to slide. Probably going to slide down some of these draft boards if he decides to hold out. Now, this guy takes McMillan. We're going to take Xavier Worthy. I love on the comeback taking, or I love later in the draft having the option of Hurts or Mahomes. I know Hurts' ADP is 50, but if he does fall back to us somehow at 57, it's like a slam dunk pick. I wouldn't be shocked if the team that takes Devontae Smith takes him, but we'll just wait and see how that turns out. But in my opinion, great start to this team. So Allen went in the third round. Lamar and Daniels are now off in the second round. Or not the second round, the fourth round. Should be interesting to see where they fall. Later in the season. And Hertz does go at the turn there at the 4-5 turn, so we won't be getting him on the comeback. But that is totally fine. Bowers almost slid to the end of the second. McBride went, well, I think, a little early with the last pick of the second round to the Jamar Chase team. Interesting that this guy goes an unstacked Jalen Hurts with Jamar Chase. Guess it could be pretty unique, or a pretty unique team. So I guess that's always something to consider too. I think I just like Chuba Hubbard better than Kenneth Walker or Alvin Kamara. Kamara in a really shitty offense. And I mean, I could see Carolina improving, where I actually think New Orleans probably starts to even become worse than it already has been. So we'll take Hubbard there. If Kamara makes it back to us, we could consider that. But I also would be totally fine with any of these wide receivers here too. So Kamara goes. Henderson, I think, is kind of out of the picture, knowing we have two running backs already with a 14 bye. And just with the receivers here, I probably prefer one of those over. Okay, Godwin goes. I don't think I was going to take Godwin anyway. Now, do we take Chris Olave in a really bad offense, or do we take James Conner, who had an incredible season last year? I think we take Conner, even though we start 3 wide receivers. We can make that up as we go, as we get later in the draft. We'll hit running back here, and we'll kind of just chill on running back. Could be a 5 running back team. And then we'll hammer receiver later. This could line up really nice for us to take Mahomes, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, this guy that took Burrow did have Chase Brown. Personally, I probably would have not taken him there. I would have taken Henderson or a receiver, maybe Olave. So this guy at 6 kind of did what we did, but he went like full wide receiver. Went Gibbs early, and then Ladd, McLaurin, Hunter, Ridley, Olave. It's not a bad approach, just you're just counting on Gibbs to be an elite player all season, and then finding a low end running back as we move forward in the draft. And here's where we can kind of take a shot on a receiver. Already have our top 3. Like Jaden Reed, I find to be a nice picker. I think we're gonna wait on Mahomes. If he slides back, awesome. We'll take him. Reed goes. Do we take Diggs? I think we take Diggs. It's going to be a better offense in New England. Better quarterback play. Let's just take him. Hope there is an improvement at quarterback, or not at quarterback. Just an overall offensive scheme with with the new offensive coordinator. And then let's hope Mahomes makes it back to us so we can stack him with Worthy. A couple of these guys already do have quarterbacks. So yeah, this guy takes Mayfield too. I think we're kind of safe here. We'll probably get Mahomes. Yeah, I think this is a great way to do it. I think this is I love this team. I love the start to this team. We'll worry about tight end later. Have stud receivers, stud running backs, and a potentially stud quarterback. I think this has crazy upside, this team. Kyler Murray also goes in the same round as we take Mahomes. To the team, I'm assuming with Marvin Harrison, yes. Lamb, Bowers, Marv, not a bad team at all. With Kyler, I think Kyler did say he wanted to run more. That's exciting. Inconsistent minicamp showing. I don't think you can take many of these blurbs too seriously at this point in the offseason. There's definitely some positives that you can take. I wouldn't really put too much stock in the negative comments you're seeing out of the blurbs. We're so early in the offseason that I don't think it matters too much. All right, we are on the clock. Oof. Don't really love the receivers here. I think we're going to take. All right, we'll take Shaheed. I don't love that at all. But I don't really love taking one of these unstacked tight ends. Kelsey did already go. If one of the tight ends makes it back to us, maybe we just take one. Ingram and Smith could also be a later stack. But I think Andrews is just the better player. We could also take Charbonnet. I think that would be a fine option too. I think if anything, Charbonnet could take over the role in Seattle. Okay, he gets taken there. Ingram and Smith are still on the board. I think we continue to hammer receiver and just go Bateman. Like I said, running back's not really a necessity after taking McCaffrey, Hubbard, and Connor early. Hey Ben, how you doing? Maybe some Superflex. If you want Superflex, we can do Superflex. If you're down to hop in after this, this is just a standard draft. The Schnauzer, but we can definitely hop into a Superflex if you want to hop in. Too broke. All right, I'll probably stick to the Schnauzer then. But I definitely feel that for sure. signature I'm here comment. Yeah, we do draft a lot of superflex. The superflex format, it is fun because you can get kind of crazy with the superflex drafts. When I do wait on tight end, I love going Tyler Warren. Could also go Tucker Kraft. Could also take another quarterback early. Could go Hollywood Brown. I think we'll do that actually. Hammer receiver. I bet one of the tight ends makes it back to us. And we already have Mahomes. Why not just add to the worthy? And then focus on running back, tight end as we get later in the draft here. Yeah, hopefully Kraft. I think Kraft should make it back to us here. It's a shame that we're not going to be able to take Jordan Love with Kraft, but do already have our quarterback, so I'm not too worried about that. Don't have a tight end yet, so we'll take a tight end here. Don't want to wait too long before it's just mush. So to go over the team for those who are just tuning in, we do have Mahomes at quarterback, McCaffrey, Hubbard, Connor at running back, A.J. Brown, JSN, Worthy, Diggs, Shaheed, Bateman, Brown at receiver. Honestly, might be done at receiver. And then Kraft at tight end. So, do really, really like this team. I think it came together nice. Could also start thinking about another quarterback as well. But this could be a three, maybe a 3 QB team. Don't have any Atlanta stacks. What is Kraft's bye week 5? Could think about Young. We do have Chuba. But we'll see what's there. All right, I actually think we go Bigsby here. Get another running back. Yeah, Little Blurb was not a lock to out carry the other running backs there, but I think that's a fine pick considering we only had 4 running backs. And I'm trying to think what the best option is at quarterback. Could wait on Sam Darnold. Could definitely do that. Yeah, I think we just wait. I think we go Roshan here. Get our 5th running back. And maybe just take 3 quarterbacks in this draft. If Mahomes isn't great anyway, there's no shot. We don't have any shot with this team. So we might as well wait and just take one of these guys that's left. Rodgers is still out there too, and he's still being drafted as essentially the last starting quarterback off the board, and I think that's kind of criminal. I mean, it's not like he's that bad. He didn't play that bad last year. Just want to make sure we don't lose sight of the quarterbacks. What's the dart blurb? Working as QB2. Yeah, he's gonna be QB2. Russell Wilson's gonna be the QB1. I probably should take Russell Wilson in some of these drafts. And let me see. We probably just take Darnold here to make sure we get one of the quarterbacks, and it is a stack with JSN. So I'm fine taking him before it comes back to us, just to make sure we do get one or get him. And then I would be fine with another tight end at this point. I feel like we're pretty solid everywhere else. Don't have much of Mike Gesicki. I think his upside's probably the highest out of these tight ends that I'm looking at. So I'd be fine with Gesicki. Rodgers might be a steal too here, and I'm just kind of overlooking it. You know what? Gesicki went. Let's just take Rodgers. I don't have him that much. Why not? How we doing? How we doing? Just drafting Schnauzer currently. Almost wrapped this one up. So for those just joining, 10 likes. 10 likes, we're doing another draft. We got 2 rounds here, and probably end up doing another draft regardless. But we are at 6 currently. I'm just queuing up some tight ends because they probably should be on our mind, as we only do have 1. And we could take 2 and just go with the 5 running backs: McCaffrey, Hubbard, Connor, Bigsby. I think Roschon. I think that's fine. We only start 2. I think we could maybe get by. But again, if one is there that we like, keep going back to him. We're taking Rashard Smith for Kansas City. We do have Mahomes and a couple receivers, Worthy, Brown on this team. Why not just do the stack? And then we'll go Arroyo here with our last pick in this draft. This is a fun team. I definitely think this is a good team. The Rodgers unstacked is a little bit scary, but if he helps us in 1 to 3 weeks of the season, I think it was a fine pick as our third quarterback. But yeah, this is a solid team. Tyler Shuck goes in the last round. Mostert in the last round. Always like to stick around and see who gets taken at the end of the draft. Richardson in the last round could be exciting, could be fun, especially if he comes back and is like, I'm fine. That could happen for sure. Kareem Hunt. Solid draft. And let's get in another. Did want to look at some of the news that I'm seeing here on Twitter. The Shamar Stewart thing is kind of crazy to me. Still holding out for the Bengals. First round pick. I think he's only first round pick to still be holding out. Again, Cam Akers signing with the Saints. I don't think that matters too much. DJ Humphries signing a 1-year deal with the Rams. Blah, blah, blah. Did see this from Cam Ward. Cam Ward on how he intends to spend time between Titans minicamp and training camp. Just work out. Stay in the playbook and throw the effing... I guess throw the effing ball? Just throw the effing out the ball. Bunch of BS on the flag football too that I'm seeing all over the place. So that's kind of interesting too. Bunch of weird stuff. Bunch of weird stuff going on with the people saying they want to do the flag football and all that kind of crap. All right, get in another schnauzer. Just a 20-second timer. The 20-second timer makes it so much better. So much easier to draft. It just flies by. And where are we at? 12 in this draft. So 9 and 12. 9 in the first draft, 12 in this draft. Picking from the back again. What is the blurb on McCaffrey? McCaffrey, one of few 49er veterans, participated in 11 on 11. Seems like he's healthy. Had an Achilles and a knee issue in 2024, but is practicing without restrictions. Wanted to test his health and was satisfied with the result as he turns to his focus on 2025. That's the best news you can get, honestly. Neighbors kind of falling in these drafts. I think his ADP's falling a little bit. St. Brown a little bit too. But generally speaking, we're about the same as we were at the start of the offseason. Couple running backs firing off the board here. Saquon at 3, Bijan at 4, Gibbs at 5. Neighbors does go at 6 in this draft. A little bit earlier than the last draft we were in. And we'll see what falls here. St. Brown. Henry goes, I think we have to take Genty. I I haven't been taking him unless he falls to 12 and we have the 12 spot or later. So we'll take Genty. And who of these receivers do I trust the most? I think we go Brian Thomas. He's just a absolute stud. So we'll go Genty Thomas. Start. And then we'll see what makes it back to us here. Bowers goes a little bit earlier in this draft. 17. I think he went at like 21 or 22 in the last draft. It's interesting. Just shows you that the especially in these drafts that are $3 with like no badges, guys can kind of go anywhere. Again, She Rice creeping up the board. Picked at 22, ADP of like 24 and a half. Wilson off as the first pick of the third round. That guy has Chase Jacobs Wilson. And McBride falls a little bit too. Like, you honestly could have like maybe flipped those guys. Not exactly, but with the Rashee Rice, Trey McBride team, could maybe flip the order of those guys. Take McBride early, then Rashee Rice, but either way, it's fine. And I don't in the non superflex. I don't have much McBride or Bowers, so probably should try to get some of them. What's up with Brees? Motivated to prove himself again. Yeah, I think he should. I think he can be the guy. Hall does go. Evans goes. I feel like I don't have much Lamar. Let's take Lamar in this format. And let's take. We just took Worthy. Let's take. Let's take DJ Moore. So we'll start Jackson, Genty, Thomas, Moore. Just trying to create some uniqueness out here. I don't know what this is over here. Where's Metcalf's ADP now? 45. Took him right at ADP. That's a fun team there, too. I like that team. Who is that? Robinson, Irving, Harrison, Metcalf. Kind of fun. Now, I wonder, guy at 1. So it has Chase, Jacobs, Wilson. Takes Kittle. And then Waddle. Fine, but basically, Waddle is basically. I don't think he can get back to wide receiver 1 potential. Obviously, Chase is. Wilson can be. I don't think Waddle can be. I don't think Waddle can be a wide receiver 1 with Hill there. And Jonnu, although Jonnu could potentially get traded. That's still kind of up in the air. Who do we have coming up here? RJ Harvey. Sliding a lot in these drafts for sure. This guy's got to go Mixon or Kamara, right? Yeah, it goes Kamara. Could go double Chicago and then take Williams later. I actually think we go Mixon, Harvey. Mixon definitely slid in ADP. We'll take Mixon. Do we take RJ Harvey or do we take maybe Odunze? You know what? Let's just take. Screw it. Let's take Odunze. No, I can't. Let's take Harvey. Let's take Harvey. I don't have much of Harvey either, so we'll take Harvey. We have Brian Thomas, DJ Moore. We'll hammer receiver. We'll hammer receiver later in this draft. Also want to get some stacks going here, but gotta do some scrolling to find Baltimore guys. Andrews, Bateman, probably the most common one still there. Joe Burrow continues to slide. He's just basically been going with the 6-7 turn. Goes there to the guy who has. That is a very interesting team. So guy at 6 goes Neighbors, JT, McLaurin, pairs Daniels up with McLaurin, which is fine. I actually think that's great. Then goes Kenneth Walker, fine pick, and then unstacked Burrow. I don't get that at all. I just don't really get how that. I don't really get how that helps. Honestly. I mean, I guess you can start to take Cincinnati guys later, but damn. For those just joining, we did start off Genty, Thomas, and then Jackson, Moore, Mixon, and Harvey. So I do like the start. I think we kind of put ourselves into a position where we have to go receiver here. We can definitely wait on Andrews and Bateman. I think we have to. It'd be way too early to take either of them. I'd be fine with Golden. I'd even be fine with Shakir, Ayuk, or Mooney. I think if we get two of them, that'd be ideal. These also are all potential quarterback stacks as we get later in the draft too. Love, Purdy, Penix. So I think now the question is, who do we like the best out of these guys? I think I don't have much of Golden. I think we'd go Golden, and I guess we'll take Golden and Ayuk. I don't love Ayuk coming off the crazy injury, but I don't want three of my top four receivers with the same bye. I don't think that's a great idea. Mooney does go. Mooney literally went directly after us, so figured that would be the next guy that comes off. Sorry, responding to people on Twitter. Bunch of quarterbacks going off the board here. Here for the information. Yeah, yeah. Let's just say I don't talk much. Talk a little strategy, but not like I'm super analytical or anything. But how you doing tonight, Scott? If you're here to chill, then you're at the right place. This is our second draft of the night. I think the first one went a little better, but we are working with what we got. Did go Genty to start Then BTJ, Lamar, DJ Moore, some running backs. We'll see what's here for us. Wouldn't mind the Mark Andrews stack with Lamar. That would be nice. Just gotta dodge 2 bullets. Question is, who do we go after that? I've been taking a lot of Tyrone Tracy. Again, I think this is an easy pick just with a stack. Question is, do I like Tracy more or do I like ETN more? I think ETN is in a better offense. And I think has higher upside. I think we'll just take ETN. No way he comes back to us, so let's just do that. When we go Lamar early here, I don't think there's really a need for another quarterback until much later. And we're kind of still making up time and ground on receiver. But there are some guys we can still target that do have quarterback stacks later. So I don't think that's a bad idea at all. We do have the Jordan Love potential stack to keep in mind. So I will queue him up. Not like we have to take him with our next pick, even if he's there. But it's an option. I love it, but I know he's going to get taken before us. But Williams and May on the board still is tempting. But we really need to hammer receiver, I think. Unless, I don't know, Love might not be a bad option, but then we're done at quarterback. If we take Jordan Love and Lamar, we don't need a third. Don't need a third at all. Just think the wide receiver position right now is looking a little thin. Could take Lawrence too here. So if it gets to a point where both are on the board when we're up, we have back-to-back picks. Okay, you're literally losing it. Gonna have to be Beck or Brown here. Love does go. I don't think Lawrence will go, so we'll definitely take Trevor Lawrence. Now, do we reach down the board for a... No. We just take Trevor Lawrence, and then we take Jack Beck. Or is it Beck or... It's got to be Jack Beck. How you pronounce his name. I think that's how you pronounce his name. So we'll take Beck here. T-Law to stack with Thomas. I feel like I'm literally always looking at teams of mine that have Jackson and Lawrence on it. I feel like I have so many teams that have Lamar and Trevor Lawrence on it. I mean, maybe it's a great thing. Could be horrible if they don't perform well. Couple running backs off the board: Rashard White, Trey Benson, Tootin, Davis. I feel like wide receivers really flew in this draft. I feel like there's always receivers at the top of the board that I like at least a little bit. Dobbins ADP creeping up. He's at 159 now. I feel like that probably only gets higher or stays the same. Let's look and see if we like any of these teams or see anything that jumps out to us. What did this team at 6 do? So this is the team that took Daniels and Burrow on the same team. And then literally followed up by not stacking anybody else. They have McLaurin and Daniels. They have no Cincinnati players through 12 rounds besides Burrow. I just don't see how that. Don't really see how that is like helpful at all. But interesting approach. Also, they do not have a badge, so could be a couple of their first drafts. These are the $3 drafts too, so just keep that in mind as well. Likely also could be a great pick. I heard something about they want him to be an all-pro or something, which is crazy. We're obviously not doing that. We already have Thomas, or not Thomas. Already have one Green Bay receiver. Do we take two without the quarterback? I think we just do it. Go Dobbs. And then maybe reach a little bit and take our second tight end just to pair him with Lawrence, Brenton Strange. Let's do that. We do need to make up ground at wide receiver, but I think we do just focus on that now after this. 4 running backs, also not the greatest, but we do have 4 picks. Probably be 2 running backs, 2 receivers, if I would imagine. We'll probably go 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends with this team. And knowing that we have the stacks with Andrews, Lamar, and Lawrence and Strange, it's probably our best approach there. Still can't believe Rodgers is going at the end of these drafts. Going in like the, what is this? The like 16th, 17th round. Aaron Rodgers. (2021) 336 points in this format. 2022, not a great year. Injured in 2023, and then a little bit of a bounce back year in 2024. 267 points. And I don't know. Is he in a better offense? Kind of unsure. I don't get the. I mean, I get he's the backup to Saquon, but the Will Shipley ADP, I'm a little confused about. I don't think he's that good. I don't really know why his ADP is that high. Could get a little crazy and go Hopkins. Add to the Baltimore craziness. Also, would not mind Michael Wilson. Need receiver, need running back. I think. Okay, Hopkins goes. Let me see. Wilson's there. I think we take Wilson with one of these picks. And then. Not quarterback. Maybe Hill. I feel like a little overboard with the offense in Baltimore, but it could work out. Screw it. Let's take Justice Hill. So, okay. Just to recap this team so far, we got 2 picks left, but we do have Lamar and Trevor Lawrence, Genty, Mixon, Harvey, ETN, Hill at running back. I think we probably take a 6th running back. BTJ, DJ Moore, Matthew Golden, Ayuk, Beck, Dobbs, Wilson at receiver, Andrews and Strange at tight end. Probably just be whoever falls to us. I actually think receiver we're probably fine. Although we do have 3 guys with a week 5 bye and 3 guys with a week 8 bye. So I don't love that really. We probably actually should take a receiver. Probably should take a receiver and a running back. Probably should take a receiver and running back with the next few. Or with the next 2, I should say. Would be fine with. Let's see. Probably fine with. These 2. I also kind of like Lockett. I know he's old, but veteran receiver in a new offense with a new quarterback, he could be relied on a lot. And all you need out of one of these, these late round picks, all you need is a couple good weeks, and they're great picks. Devin Neal, I wouldn't be mad with. Don't have much of him. Okay, Lockett goes. That's unfortunate. I would have liked Lockett, but we will take. Guess we'll take Coker. We'll take Jalen Coker. We'll get an 8th receiver, and then we'll take Devin Neal to wrap this draft up. Devin Neal, Jalen Coker as our last 2. Alrighty. I think it was 2 great drafts. And I think that is going to wrap it up for tonight. We'll quit while we're ahead. 2 solid drafts. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button. sub to the channel if you're new. We'll be streaming 3 to 4 nights a week on over here on YouTube. You are pretty active on Twitter, so I'll probably tweet about it. So definitely follow me there too. The link is in the YouTube description. Code will be posted in the comments, so use that if you're signing up for Underdog. And have a great night and a great weekend. Probably be live Sunday, Sunday the 15th. So look out for that. Look out on Twitter for that, and we'll see you soon.